Hello, welcome back to my channel, Ginjoy Plans. This week I am planning Halloween week and I'm using the Groovy Ghouls kit from Lynner Designs, which was an exclusive collab with Geeky Draft Designs. And then I'm also using a foil bundle from Lynner Designs. I do have a code with Lynn's shop, so you can always use Gen15 to save. And this this spread turned out so cute. It was a very fun and festive week, which I feel like this spread or this kit was like all about like a Halloween party, and I feel like it was like a party week, so it was very fitting. I love these colors. And then I think I forgot to say, I did a foil bundle in purple hollow, and then I paired it with black solids, which I believe is what I did last year for my Halloween spread, and it must just be a tradition. So I love that combo, and I think it looks really cute. I don't know why, like, purple is such a like Halloween-ish color for me. I mean, classic orange and black, but I feel like purple is like next. Let me know if you think the same. But anyways, this week, it was the 50th day of school. It was our little first grade job fair and Halloween, and then my parents came in town to celebrate an early birthday with me. So like I said, it was party week. It was super fun, but it was also just crazy to have all the different things. So I'll just kind of talk through the week. Monday, I stayed late to decorate for the 50th day of school. If you've been a friend of the channel for a while, then you know that I like to decorate my classroom as like a 50s diner. And do like a little room transformation. So I completely surprised my kids. The past couple years, I've been at schools where like the 50th day was a really big deal and it was known to be a party. And sometimes, like, I've even been at schools where like the kids dress up and the teachers dress up. But my current school, that's not like a thing. So I ended up just surprising the kids with the 50th day party. I told them, like there might be something fun to celebrate, but they had no idea what that entailed. So then they walked in the room and it was like all fully decorated, and it was just the best day. It was so cute. I have such a precious class this year, which has been such a gift, and they just love all those things. So it was really, really sweet. Like the first thing one of the girls in my class said to me as soon as she walked in, and she's like, "Thank you so much for doing this for us." And I was just blown away because I don't think I've ever gotten like a thank you from a student that quickly. Sometimes I will eventually get a thank you, but it's because maybe I've like said like that I've told them that I stayed late and that this is really special, not like begging for a thank you, but just kind of like telling them that this was extra. And then sometimes I'll get like a random thank you, but it's pretty rare to get thank yous for these big party days. So it's funny. Kids will say thank you for other things like passing out a paper to them, but they often don't say thank you for like the biggest things. And so just to get that thank you from like my whole class, it just kind of started a little chain, was just so touching. Makes me want to do it more for them. Anyways, that was such a side tangent, but I decorated my room for the 50th day of school on Monday. And then I was doing some house research because we need to get some new light fixtures, and I'm so indecisive that researching just takes up so much time and I get nowhere. Is anybody else like that? Like, it's just terrible. I spend so much time and then I get like, I feel like I get more ideas in my brain and I get further away from making a decision. So that went absolutely nowhere. We were talking about some Halloween costumes this week, and a couple of the girls in my class were dressing up as one of the like new Descendant movie characters, like Rise of Red, I think is what it's called. So being the good teacher that I am, I did some research and I watched the Descendants 4 movie, which was just like so funny. I told my husband, I'm like, do not judge me. I am watching a child's movie, but I low-key love those Descendants movies. They are bops, and I don't know. It just reminds me so much of like when I was a kid. I loved those types of movies. Like, I love Disney Channel original movies. So seeing that like kids still have that in some way, shape, or form makes me so happy. So I was happy to watch it. And then I came back the next day and told like the girls who were dressing up as the characters that I watched it, and they were like, their eyes lit up. They were so happy. But while I was watching, I was researching lights, like I said, and then I went through and deleted like so many pictures on my phone. I'm such a phone picture hoarder. It is terrible. I take screenshots of everything to help remember, and then I take re-screenshots of things because I forgot, and send screenshots of things to my mom because she doesn't have any social media or like planner stuff. It is just so much, so many things. So I did a good little cleanse. Then on Tuesday was the 50th day of school. Like I said, it was great. And I ended up kind of being in a little movie phase because I'd watched a movie the night before and needed to do some more research on things. And so I watched The Princess Diaries 2. I have no idea what inspired that, but I did, and it was fantastic. That is such a great movie. I am super excited for the next movie, and that was like not prepping me, but it just felt nostalgic. I don't know why, I just felt in the mood for it. Then on Wednesday, it was our little job fair, and that was so precious. I actually heard about this job fair from my nephew when he was in first grade, and then I brought it to my other school back in Washington and said, like, my nephew's school did this, I feel like we should do it. And then came back, and now I'm working at this school that my nephew goes to, so it's just kind of like trippy. I liked not being in charge of it and just getting to like benefit from it, but definitely did some things differently, and that was okay. Like, I had to accept it, but it was still great and cute, and the kids got to dress up what they wanted to be and talk to parents to learn about their jobs, and parents always come through with that kind of stuff, which is really great and fun, and it's fun to see kind of like and hear about what the parents do. And for kids to just get to expose, because there's just so many jobs out there. But it was funny, out of like all 100 plus kids in the grade, there was nobody that dressed up as a teacher, and there was nobody that dressed up as a doctor or nurse or anything like that. And I just thought that was really, really interesting. There was one kid that dressed up as a firefighter, but like those like classically defined as community helper jobs, nobody wanted to be that. And that has been like the case for the past couple of years. Like, nobody wants to be a teacher anymore. Nobody wants to be a doctor or a nurse, and not many people want to be like firefighter or any of those jobs. And it's just so fascinating. All the kids want to be is like business people, make money fast, or like stay-at-home moms if they see their mom being that, or dancers, like cute things, which is adorable, and that's so childhood. But I remember being in first grade and wanting to be a teacher, and that being like the common answer for girls. So it's just very interesting. But moving along, my dad came in town that night, and actually he came in town the day before, which was his birthday. So we took him out for a little birthday dinner and went on like a late night walk with Sadie and did some print and cutting for stickers that night as well. Then on Thursday it was Halloween, and it was wild. The kids were so amped. Halloween is one of the worst holidays as a teacher, because the kids, like, leading up to it, they do a lot of things. Like, Monday was absolutely insane because the kids had done stuff over the weekend, like Halloween parties, trunk-or-treating, or whatever it might be. And then they came to school all just like sugar high hangover on Monday, and then it just kind of carried on to Tuesday and Wednesday. They were pumped for Halloween the next day, and then on Halloween day they were just so pumped, and then on Friday they were just like, half of them were absolutely zonked and just zombies, so tired, and then the other half were just riding that sugar high still and just acting out of control. So it was a wild week on top of everything else with all of those candy factors. So I was exhausted. I came home just like completely drained, but we were really excited. Well, meaning my husband, was really excited to pass out candy. He went to the store and got a bunch of candy, and we ended up only having 14 trick-or-treaters, and 6 of them were a group of like high school girls that I don't know what your stance is. My husband and I both grew up that like after 5th grade, like you don't go trick-or-treating, you're too old. And I have grace with like middle school, but when it's like clearly like older kids, sometimes we're just like, I'm pretty sure you have a car to drive to get your own candy, but to each their own. They loved Sadie. Sadie like popped out on them, which we tried to keep her away, and we did keep her away for the rest of the kids, but it was just funny. She like somehow escaped, and they were obsessed with her, that group of girls. So it ended up working out great. So my husband had bought all this candy, and then we got like 14 trick-or-treaters. So that was kind of funny. I was not feeling the best that night, so I just kind of went to bed early. Woke up on Friday just knowing it was going to be a day. So I got myself Starbucks, and I literally put wild day. I had an extender, and I put a little like tiger cheetah because it felt wild. It just felt so chaotic. And so much so that after school, I stopped and got a coffee and a donut from my favorite coffee shop, a new coffee shop that I found. I think I talked about it in the last Plan With Me. It's called Black Rock, and they have gluten-free, dairy-free donuts that taste nothing like gluten-free and dairy-free donuts. Like, they are incredible. Highly, highly recommend if you have one nearby. So I needed just like a sugar and caffeine rush after school because I was so zonked. And then my mom flew in, so we got to show my mom our house, which was so great. My mom still works part-time, so my dad is able to come and have a lot more flexibility, but my mom still works back in Washington, so she like came right after her teaching day and like came in. So that is why I feel like I talk about them separately. And their like flying schedules are always separate, but we got to show her our house, which was great. She saw it on FaceTime, but like it's fun to show her in person and for her to see it in real life. And then we zipped right off to my nephew's baseball game, which was such a good game. They won, and my nephew had like some really good hits and catches, and he like went in for like a chest bump and just got completely pummeled and knocked over to the ground and like popped up like a video game character. It was so funny. So it was just fun to hang out, and we grabbed Chick-fil-A on the way there because we were running out of time. And it was just really good to have family time. And then let's see. Sorry, I thought that the voiceover was over. But you can see the underlay magic. I just love how it turned out. Then on Saturday, I watched some Below Deck because I was just kind of feeling like a little binge junk show. And then my mom took me to a tea house because that's kind of like our thing. I don't love tea, but it's like just, I feel like a girly thing that she loves to do with me. So I love it because she loves it. And she took me to go get a massage for my birthday. That was my birthday present, which was so nice. We went to like a hotel and got it done, and that was just really relaxing, and it was fun to hang out with her and spend time with her because I hadn't seen her since like Labor Day. No, before, I'm not even sure. I feel like it's been a really long time. And then on like after that, we went straight to my oldest nephew's baseball game, which ended up being completely rained and thunder and lightning, and I had no jacket because I looked at the temperature and I was like, oh, it's gonna be like high 60s. I'll be fine in short sleeves with Birkenstocks and jeans, and it was downpour and it was freezing. So it's just like so funny. It's just a good reminder that high 60s is actually really cold in Arizona. I feel like I was thinking like Washington, where it wasn't that cold and that just felt normal, but I have acclimated and that was freezing. So the game ended up ending early, and so we bounced over to Flower Child, just me, my mom, and my dad, and I was just kind of feeling in my feelings that night because I was just thinking about my birthday, and sometimes thinking about my birthday makes me sad, and I don't know. So you just like have those expectations of where you think your life is, no matter how amazing your life is. You just like compare it sometimes. I don't know if anybody else does that, but my actual birthday was great. I wasn't sad at all because I think I got it all out that night, but I was just kind of feeling in my feelings. Then on Sunday, I got to have a family birthday party, and my mom did such a cute job. She decorated it all with like a balloon arch, and she got this cool card that said, like, back in 1994, the year I was born, and it had like a breakdown of like who else was born then, which shout out to Harry Styles and Justin Bieber, my fellow 1994 babies, and said like the popular music, like the things that were going on just in history that time, the gas prices, like all that thing. And it was just like really interesting and fun. Then we played like a 30 questions game where she had everybody write, like, answer questions about me to see who got it right. My husband won, and my mom was like, oh, I can't believe like Tyler won. I'm like, well, I kind of hope he won. Like, he lives with me, and he's like lived with me for the past 6 years, and is my spouse. But I feel like my mom secretly was like, it was like a big revelation for her that like she doesn't know me as well as my husband knows me. So that was kind of like funny, sad. But she had the whole family get together and buy collectively 30 things for me to open on my 30th birthday, which was so thoughtful. And it was fun to see what everybody came up with. All right, here is my finished spread. I really love how it turned out. It was such a fun week. Sorry for the like abrupt cut to the end here, but this is the final spread. My stand broke, so I have to handhold this. But hopefully you enjoyed this plan with me, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye, everyone.